Welcome back, viewers. As you are likely aware, a protracted and deeply troubling conflict has been unfolding in the Amhara region of Ethiopia, and it is with a heavy heart that I bring you the latest updates on this dire situation. As previously reported in our communications and videos, heavy and sustained fighting has been occurring between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, and the Amhara Fano forces on numerous fronts throughout the Amhara region. Regrettably, the situation has continued to deteriorate. In our previous communications, we noted that the Amhara Fano forces had managed to gain control over a significant portion of the Amhara region, including many areas within Gonder. While some isolated pockets of resistance were still evident, the Fano forces appeared to have the upper hand. However, the latest information we have received paints a grim picture of renewed hostilities erupting in the outskirts of Gonder. This time, the conflict has escalated to a level of intensity that is deeply concerning. Reports indicate that a substantial contingent of ENDF soldiers has been deployed in the immediate vicinity of Gonder. What is particularly troubling is the use of heavy weaponry, including tanks, artillery, and mortars, signifying the gravity of the situation. ENDF soldiers are demonstrating a steadfast determination to regain control of Gonder city itself, and they are making concerted efforts to breach the city's defenses. These developments have been corroborated by multiple sources on the ground. Within Gonder city, the presence of Amhara Fano forces has been confirmed. These Fano fighters are holding their ground, claiming to have successfully repelled ENDF attacks. The city itself has become a focal point of the conflict, with urban areas now being subjected to intense fighting, raising serious concerns about the safety and well-being of civilian populations and the preservation of property. The conflict's impact has extended to various areas in and around Gonder city, including Maraki, Karanyo, College, Ira, Angareb, Sehor, and Semukefu. In these locales, fierce battles have been reported, resulting in significant casualties on both sides. It is evident that ENDF is prepared to expend considerable resources and effort to regain control of Gonder, regardless of the costs involved. Furthermore, there have been reports of additional deployments of ENDF soldiers, along with their heavy weaponry, in the surrounding regions of Gonder. This has further exacerbated the intensity of the ongoing fighting. It is crucial to emphasize the strategic importance of Gonder within the Amhara region. As one of the region's largest cities in terms of population and economic significance, Gonder holds considerable sway in the ongoing conflict. It is with a heavy heart that we must report that the Ethiopian government's influence and control have eroded in many parts of Gonder, with indications that ENDF soldiers are no longer present within the city itself. Instead, their focus has shifted to the outskirts. In a separate development, reports have emerged indicating that the Republican Guard has entered Bahirdar city in the evening. Their arrival in Bahirdar coincided with the assignment of Operation Lalibela to this elite unit, suggesting significant developments in the region's military dynamics. Additionally, reports of drone strikes in Kobo City, Raya Kobo Wareda, North Wallo Zone, and on the Delanta Terefe Mariam Church in Delanta, South Wallo Zone, have raised concerns about the expansion of conflict beyond the Amhara region. The Amhara people are a community living in the northern and central highlands of Ethiopia, and they have played a crucial role in shaping Ethiopia as it is today. Their significance goes beyond their local area, as they have contributed to the growth of the nation during peaceful times and have bravely defended their homeland against outside threats. In fact, they stood alongside other heroes in the fight against Italian colonialism, making them the first African ethnic group to successfully repel European forces. The Amhara community is known for their generosity, hospitality, and commitment to justice. They have historically treated all individuals with respect, regardless of their race or religion. However, despite their historical importance and the fact that many of Ethiopia's rulers have come from the Amhara community, most ordinary Amharas have not seen significant improvements in their living conditions over the centuries. They still rely on traditional agricultural tools that have been passed down through generations. This struggle for land ownership and better living conditions was exemplified by the 1970s student movement. Unfortunately, this struggle has continued despite multiple changes in government over the past 5 decades. What's even more troubling is that there is a growing trend of hostility and baseless hatred directed towards the Amhara ethnic group. They are unfairly labeled as oppressors and unjustly blamed for historical mistakes. The period after 1991, when the Ethiopian military government fell, saw the rise of ethnic-based governance under the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF. This approach encouraged tribalism and falsely accused the Amhara people of oppressing other ethnic groups through misinformation campaigns. These false claims led to widespread acceptance, resulting in ethnic profiling and even state-sponsored genocidal campaigns against the Amhara population for over 3 decades. The Amharas were targeted simply because of their identity. The very constitutional framework propagated tribalism and ignored the interests of the Amhara people. Productive regions that were once under Amhara administration were forcibly transferred to the Tigray region, accompanied by systematic demographic changes that resulted in mass displacements, arrests, and ethnically motivated profiling. The TPLF regime's rule was marked by these atrocities, further exacerbating the suffering of the Amhara community. When Abiy Ahmed came to power, many hoped for an end to ethnic-based divisions and governance. Unfortunately, Abiy's tenure has been marked by chaos, ethnic violence, and even state-sponsored genocidal acts. The dominance of the Oromia Prosperity Party marginalized other ethnic groups and turned them into minorities in their ancestral lands. Attacks on Amhara individuals increased, especially in Oromia and Benishangul regions. Government-controlled media used genocidal terms like Neftenga and now Jawisa to describe the Amharas, falsely attributing historical errors to them. Government officials, including Prime Minister Abiy, racially profiled Amharas, accusing them of radicalism and even advocating for their extermination in state media. Despite 5 years of relentless appeals by the Amhara population to stop the genocide against them, their pleas have been met with horrifying violence and mass imprisonments. The Pretoria Agreement, following the conflict between the federal government and Tigrayans, shockingly excluded Amharas and their concerns. Instead of addressing political grievances, the federal government sought to disarm the armed Amharas while allowing TPLF forces to retain their weaponry, endangering the safety of the Amhara community. This situation worsened as Abiy's administration initiated a full-scale war against the Amhara people. The Amhara genocide has reached stage 8 of the 10 stages, approaching the final extermination stage. Those in power are perpetrators, controlling both civil and military sectors. Under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, the ethnic cleansing and genocide of the Amhara people have intensified. The government's current military operation targeting Amharas in their homeland adds to the gravity of the situation. Recent years have witnessed 2 wars under Abiy's administration, fostering fear and eroding trust among citizens. State-sponsored genocides of the Tigrayans and Amharas, utilizing the national military, have unfolded. Instead of safeguarding its citizens, the Ethiopian military historically protected rulers' power, sometimes acting against the popular interest. This power imbalance permits mass arrests, killings, and genocidal rhetoric by the administration. In the face of grave injustices, the global community's collective voice is crucial to halt the heinous violence and safeguard the future of the Amhara people in Ethiopia.